Hello, this is Dale here. It's good to see you. It's been a while since I've made a video. We haven't talked on a video for a while. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you about today. Something popped into my mind. I was out eating at KFC, fried chicken place, having some chicken, and I was sitting at the table and I noticed this family of four, mother, father, and two sons. I guess the parents were maybe in their 40s. The father was about 50. Mom appeared to be in her early to mid 40s, and the two sons were probably in their early 20s, 21, 22, something like that. But anyways, a family of four, and they came and they sat down at the table adjacent to mine as I was facing them. And I caught that this one of the sons was deaf, and I just watched, just watched. And I didn't interrupt them or talk to them or anything. I just observed. And what did I notice? I noticed a big problem. They seemed like a nice family. They were having lunch together. That's good. But what did I notice? The same old story. Family didn't know sign language. Parents didn't know sign language. When the mother wanted to talk to the deaf son, she just kind of, real simple language and kind of exaggerated her lips. And when the father was talking to the deaf son, same thing, kind of exaggerated his lips, no signing, and just real brief, exaggerated spoken language. And the point is, one of the things about SEADeaf Thailand, one of our many goals is education, families, communities, government, schools, etc., so forth, culturally, society. It's the importance of sign language for families and for deaf children. And there's something called delayed language acquisition, and that's just where the child, in this case deaf children, don't get language until they're 3, 4, 5, or perhaps older. Or maybe not even then, and they're growing up. Their parents are speaking to them verbally. They get to a school, and then, and only then, do they maybe begin to learn language, sign language. This is a big problem around the world, and in Thailand, it is a huge problem. And the families with the children around the world. Typically, deaf children and their families don't have real communication. And in Thailand, most of the deaf don't have any communication with their families. And this is a big problem. And we have many goals, but one of our goals with SEADeaf Thailand is education of families and communities, schools, etc., whoever, the importance of communication and early language development. Oh, it's so important. And I was watching this family today, and like I said, I didn't interrupt them, I didn't bother them, didn't talk to them, I just watched. And I was watching them, and the thought came to my mind, a memory. It's a true story from my life. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. At that time, I guess I was 21, I might have been 20, 21, something like that. Maybe 19, but I was young. And my mother's mother, my grandmother, oh, she's a sweetheart. I love my grandmother. And this is not talking bad about my grandmother, but this is a true story, and this is something that really touched my heart, and I'll never forget it. It impressed me, the importance of communication. And what was that? Well, I remember at that time my grandmother's health was declining. Her mind was starting to decline, her health was starting to decline, and she moved in with my mother and father. This is my mother's mother. And I was in the living room, and my mother came in from the kitchen, and my grandmother was walking down the hall from her room, and she started verbally speaking to my mother, blah, 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 blah. And I guess at that time, my mom, she would have been in her 50s. I don't know exactly her age, but she would have been in her 50s. I guess she just got fed up. She had enough. And so she just looked, and she was straight with my grandmother, with her mother. She was straight with her. And she told her, using her voice, she said, "You never learned to sign with me. You never learned to communicate with me. I'm deaf. I don't understand when you speak verbally to me. I don't understand. I never understand. You never learned to talk to me." And she was straight with my grandmother. And my grandmother started to cry. And I saw all this happen. And I never forget that. That really impressed me. The importance for family to communicate with their children and other family members that are deaf, brothers, sisters, whoever. If you have a deaf family member, it is critical that you learn sign language. Oh, it's 100% important. But the sad thing is, you know, I've seen this many times, and I've talked to parents of deaf children, and I've told them this story and the importance of them learning sign language. And most of them, sadly enough, they say, oh, that won't happen to my family. We're different. We're going to have, you know, we have communication. But they don't. And it's really a sad situation for families. And the parents, the brothers, and sisters, that family that I saw today, you know, the brother, the mother, and the father, they really will never know that deaf family member. It really never know them at a deeper level and have a real connection with them because there's no communication there. Sign language. And it's required early language development when they're young, when they're babies. You know, and that's one of the goals that SEADeaf Thailand is working towards, is early language acquisition and education in that. Educating people, families in the community, schools, government agencies, hospitals, etc. The importance of early language acquisition and family communication with the deaf using sign language is really I just wanted to share this story with you today about what I saw in my experience. And that's all. Appreciate it. Thanks. Love you. Bye.